Welcome to the 27th episode of Season Tickets. I'm Michael.
And I'm Max, who just made first team all-conference with Alex Brosek, John McQuaid, Josh Philkill, and Quinn Gillette.
And there are no other Fairview sports news, so we are going right into our upset special recap of the week. And I took Washington over Utah, but Utah did win 34-23 behind 150 yards and touchdown from Devontae Booker. Max, what happened in your upset special of the week?
You know, I did have Penn State over Northwestern, which looked pretty dang good until the final 9 seconds when Northwestern hit a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, last week you needed Washington State versus Stanford. You needed the kicker to make it, and he missed. And now this week you need him to miss, and he makes it. Wow, college kickers. But in the SEC battle with my favorite team, Vanderbilt unfortunately lost to Florida 9-7. This was such a frustrating loss for me because the Vanderbilt defense just plays so good, and the offense can't even get 50 passing yards in a whole game. 50 passing yards in a whole game! And then a kicker who has missed 4 field goals in a row with 2 minutes to go hits a 44-yarder for a season long. He was 3 for 7 on the year with his long of 37 yards and just straight buries this one on Vandy. College kickers are unbelievable. Max, what happened in the biggest upset of the week?
Michigan State lost to Nebraska. Now, this is just a good one. A very questionable call at the end to give Nebraska the lead. Nebraska's receiver was like 2 yards out of bounds. I could go Plaxico Burress. I don't know if you saw what Plaxico Burress was saying, but I'm going to refrain. And Connor Cook couldn't even get the ball out of bounds at the end of the game. He sounds like he should be drafted by the Browns. What do you think?
Yeah, and then one of the biggest games of the week, Oklahoma State demolished TCU 49-29. Tevon Boykin threw 4 interceptions, despite some pretty big numbers besides that. And James Washington from Oklahoma State had 184 yards and
that was on 5 receptions too.
On 5 receptions and 3 receiving touchdowns, helping Oklahoma State knock TCU from the playoff race to remain unbeaten. Max, what happened in the big ACC showdown?
So, I mean, as you can remember, my conspiracy theory last week about Florida State and Ohio State, and that is now out the window as Clemson beat Florida State, despite a huge game from Dalvin Cook where he took the second play of the game, 75 yards to the house. Clemson played great defense throughout the game, though, outside a couple plays, and only gave up 13 points. And this game helps strengthen their playoff resume. What happened in the big SEC battle, Mike?
Alabama played great defense and rode Derrick Henry to a 30-16 win. Leonard Fournette had only 31 yards rushing, while his season low before that was 154. And Derrick Henry had 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. This really solidifies Alabama as one of the top 4 teams in the country.
You know, every time people say Alabama's dynasty is over, they come back and don't lose again. Quit saying that, people. God. In the NFL, the Panthers beat the Packers 37-29 to stay undefeated, and they are now starting to look like a legit contender in the NFL.
This is a terrible week for both of us as I only got 1 point and Max didn't even get a single point from the 4 games that we previewed. And the scores are now 53-42, so very little movement in the standings. And that will wrap it up for this episode of Season Tickets. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more Season Ticket videos.
Yeah.